What's up, fans? Welcome to another episode of Empty Out the Clip. This is episode 112. My lucky numbers. So you know what it is. You know how we start off, man. We always get straight into the norms of the show. So you know what we do. Introducing the two boys on the panel today. We got Eric.
Yo, what's up?
And Yush. What's up, gentlemen?
How you been,
What's up, everybody? Good to be here.
No, it's been good. It's been good. We got if you can tell us, the notice that the sound doesn't sound the same because the introduction, the guy's not here. He's on his R&R. I don't think anyone approved the annual leave, but he just upped the next. So we'll carry on anyways. But you know what we do, man. Start with some shout outs. Start with you, Eric.
Yeah, just a big once again, big shout out to the Empty Out the Clip boys. Thank you for having me here again, and just to my family and the WesWes Network, everybody else. Yo.
Just shout out to the family all getting involved in the league grand final. Pretty passionate. There's a few hard out supporters, mainly the Broncos actually. So shout out to all the family, especially Brisbane. And yeah, probably my uncle he moved to Brisbane recently to be close to his sons and grandkids, Uncle Jeff, and yeah, we sort of feel his presence gone. We had like his first birthday this afternoon after church, and felt that he wasn't there. But it was a blessing. Got to meet his mum. His mum was came over for the birthday because his auntie brought him up, and his mum was over there hanging out, and yeah, it was cool. The banter they had between each other was awesome. You know, his mum is 81, and his auntie who brought him up was 87.
Oh shit!
And so. But like they can say whatever they want, and they just sort of give each other a bit of cheek here and there. So, it was cool. It was cool to meet them. But yeah, I guess shout out to Uncle Jeff. Feel his presence gone. Probably like the first like father figure to me. So it's taught me a lot. Family man, faith, and yeah, a lot of stuff. Just being a man for your house, being a leader, sort of thing. So shout out there.
Mean, cuz. My list of shout outs is just a small one, man, but shout outs to my my wife and kids who have flown out to Oz. I'm house sitting. Just me and Nikita here. Another shout out to the Oos Chems doing the R&R. I don't know who approved their annual leave, bro. I don't think we can never accept those sort of short term. Oh hey, I'm leaving. I'm going on.
Man, I saw him on what day did he leave? Was it Friday? I think I saw him at work on that morning, and he was going, "Sully, I'm off." I go, "Hey."
That's commitment, man. That is commitment, man.
I was like, "The man." I was going, "Shit, okay."
And shout out to all the Brisbane fans, man. So before the Warriors came along, there was a whole lot of Kiwis that supporting the Brisbane Broncos because of the likes of like Lazarus and Langer back in the day, with the Sailor. Shout out to all of those guys. So shout out to Futz and to Brass, and to my cousin Way. Hopefully you guys get a win if you're not getting any other good news for the rest of the year. But yeah, man, that ends my roundup of shout outs. So how's the week been, Eric?
I know you saw my post of that guy that I couldn't share it on social media because I'll probably get picked up by work. But there was a guy apparently came into work. I think it was Friday afternoon. Wednesday afternoon. Sorry, and then he apparently he wanted the police, so he decided to light up a cigarette while at the pumps. Picked up the diesel pump for some strange reason, started waving it around. I don't know what he was going to do with it, but I could see it from the video. You can see it from the video. He was just mucking around, playing around with the pumps and the rubbish in it, and he was just shouting at the staff to ring the police. When the police finally came, he wanted to ride back home. I was like, what? I was telling the staff, next time something like that happens, go grab the hose from out the back because it's quite powerful. If they got a cigarette in their hands, just hose them down, stuff it. Rather hose them down than them starting a fire at work, man. Shit, it's getting crazy, eh? So yeah, that was exciting.
It looked like Looked like he didn't even know what was going on either, eh? He was like pretty casual about his
Oh
sickie.
man, I don't know. I think I'm sure it's the same person that I just finished serving the night before with his dog. It was the dog that gave it away because it was the same dog that some guy was giving the sausage roll to. So I thought, oh man, maybe he wasn't hiding, and then now he's high, like flipping 20 hours later. But yeah, it was some of the staff were upset, so I was like, don't worry about it, just calm down, it's okay. You just gotta push the stop pump button and make sure no fuel's going towards those pumps. Because each pump is they can shut off at the valve, so they just gotta remember to push the stop button.
Still, that was funny watching it, but at the same time, I feel the anxiety from your colleagues being worried if something happens. They're backed up towards you guys.
Yeah, because anything could have happened. Because there was a few cars around them, and I think one guy was muffing off at one of the customers while they was filling up because he was like backing away, and then when he drove out, he reversed all the way out because he was just literally behind him while he was playing around with the pump. So, man, you see some crazy shit up there.
If he wanted a ride and I was there, I could have given him a ride to Disneyland if he wanted to. So you could put him a left and a right.
I think everybody else wanted to do that. One of the colleagues wanted to do that. He stayed inside the chiller to cool himself off.
Man. Well, it is your workspace. You don't want people to come disrespect your workspace, man.
I don't
make you feel uncomfortable like that.
Yeah, so yeah, there's been a bit of that. But the school holidays has been alright. It's been a bit lazy for me. We've just been at home most of the time because it's been so windy, especially these last 3 days. Really bad with the rain too.
It's been cold, eh? Scary.
Yeah.
But gee, Yush, how's your week been?
No, it's been good. It's been a bit of a different one, for school holidays. We started off the week with a bit of a bang. Like my wife's parents, I went to Aussie and they came back on Monday, and on Sunday night, my wife was like, "Oh, I'll pick up the kids and take them to pick, see Nana and Papa at the airport, meet them."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, we got wrestling training. I'll bring them over to the house afterwards." And she was a little bit angry, but she's like, "Oh, okay, sweet." So I pick up the kids from school, and then I take them to wrestling, and then we play around a bit, a little bit early, and then it's time to start training. And then my daughter's like, "I gotta go to the toilet," so I go, "Hurry up, go to the toilet." Goes to the toilet, comes down, and there's like stairs, and she hears a song she likes. She starts dancing on the stair, takes a step, misses the stair, rolls her ankle, and then so I was trying to force her to train still because I thought she's just Pepello, like, but it actually, but she actually rolled her ankle, because I was looking at it, it wasn't swollen, but it swelled up like at the end of training, a bit later. So then I go to take her to the parents' house, afterwards, and I'm carrying her in because she can't walk, and they're like, "Oh, what's going on?" And my wife's like, "Wow, see, you should have just went to the airport, And I was like, "Oh, I couldn't say anything, I just had to be quiet and cop it." I was copying all the muckers from everyone, and so. But so that was the start. I only had one day, because the kids went to school, so I enjoyed that one day off. That was really good. And then because she was injured, and then my other one got a little bit sick, so I had to stay home with him. But on the Monday, I guess a little bit of a plug. I finally finished my ebook, my second one. It's called the Masculine Man Guide. It's like a training program for like dads, I guess early dads.
Yeah.
But it's like 2 years late. Like it's one of those ones I nearly quit. It's one of those ones I nearly quit twice. Because I had to do videos for it, and then like writing, like had to write like what is it for, and the purpose and stuff like that, and the program, and then like it just became a bit harder a couple of times. But thanks. I guess shout out to my wife. She's sort of like, no, you've come this far, finish it off. And then I was like, oh yeah, I'll do it on the holidays. But I've been saying that like the last 3 holidays, but I pretty much finished it. I just got to wait for Cam to get back to figure out how to like put it up on the website.
Nice.
So I'm pretty excited about that. It's weird because I haven't been like active on social media as I used to. I used to post all the time and like do fitness stuff, but it just feels weird like posting a book when I haven't been active in it. But it was more like I feel more proud that I finished it, especially like after feeling like I wanted to quit a few times.
Oh shit!
So, cause I have like a lot of ideas and start things, but sometimes I don't finish them. So I'm pretty proud that I finally finished it. So yeah, did that, and then I've just been home with the kids. They've been a bit mutty, and then we had got them better, and then we had a good day yesterday. It was the parents' 75th grandparents' birthday yesterday, and then today was the first, so we had church and that. So good bit of like family time yesterday and today with the kids and the wife. But yeah, a bit of a different holiday, but no, it's been good change up. Yeah, but how about you? How's the week?
Bro. Since my wife and dad have left, because I got new clothes that sort of fit me nicely, and like I know blue blazers is sort of like an in thing, but it seems like it's been an in thing for the last like 8 years. So I wasn't gonna wear, because I got 2 blue blazers, and in my head, I don't want to go back to Melbourne because I've always worn the last 3 weddings that I've been to. 2 of them have been in Melbourne, so I was like, you know what, it's time to go get a new suit. So I was just gonna just buy like a blazer and with some shorts because everyone's telling me that it's hot in Melbourne at the moment. But man, I gotta use this time to shout out to Andrew and I think it's Shalon. They work at Johnny Big in St. Luke's. So she was helpful, man. She was so helpful. She was like looked at me. The idea was to go in there and just look like, what the fuck am I doing in here? And sure enough, it worked. The customer service came over to me and oh man. So I tried on a blazer. So I got me a new suit. I ended up walking out with a new suit, man. So
all right.
I went in with $300 and I came out with $300 less in my pocket. So. But in saying that, I managed to get me a suit where I could probably just wear the bottoms with a different top and like just a jacket I could wear with a hoodie underneath and a dress shirt. It's like I'm not really a blazer person, so I was surprised.
Yeah.
I managed to do all of that. And then today, how about we just carry on shopping some more? It was just me and Keita today, so we managed to go around and do a bit of shopping at the market, man. So, man, nice. I forgot how much I love the market too. And whenever you want something, like whether it be tools or clothing or hats or, or key cut, it's like, what are these things, eh? Or even like a new USB cord for your mic. The market is the place to get in, man. But shout out to the Asian.
It's got all these random things, eh?
I was cracking up. He was like, "That's $10, okay? How long is it?" Keep saying how long is it to an Asian, he'll probably fold and go, "Fine, then take it for $5." But yeah, shout out to the people hustling at the markets, man. Like that hustle's real, eh? It surprises me that a lot of people still deal with cash, and then there's those super hyped up, worked the system, eh? Bank transfers and FPOS.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't.
But yeah,
gotta do what you gotta do, man.
Yeah, bro. I was like, man, mad respect to them, man. Like, week in, week out, especially when you see all the garden tools underneath the stadium.
Yeah,
like, those people, bro. I look at like all the stuff they have there for selection, then I'm like, how'd you get it all here?
Shucks.
You gotta put it all back,
Just for like the morning, just for the morning. Man. Yeah.
But yeah, now my week's been all good, eh? It's just been cold, eh? I don't know if I'm getting old, bro, but man, couldn't find any in my track pants, and yesterday was like cold as. Even this morning was mild. I actually walked around in my my PJs, man, my trousers.
Don't wear a robe. Don't wear a robe to the shops. Then you're on the next level.
I give anyone the permission to see me if I'm out wearing a robe. Just give me a little quick jab.
Shit.
We gotta keep West Auckland classy, man. We gotta keep it classy.
None of the smoking near the pumps and shit, man.
Yeah, ropes, buff ropes and shit. Yeah, I see a lot of that coming into work.
Do you?
Yeah,
is that right?
It's mainly the guys too. It's crack up.
Oh no!
I saw a couple one time, bro.
Listen to the episode, Yush.
I saw a couple one time.
Yeah.
A couple coming bloody robed out. I was like, holy shit, these guys.
Yes. Did they have the slippers on as well? The matching slippers? Get out of here,
your wife
man.
can love you if she let you do that shit, man.
Wow, right. Especially if the wife is there with you. Holy cow.
Man.
No ropes to pack and save, guys. Just put on something. Track pants is alright, but not the rope. Not the
Holy
rope.
cow. Well, catch me in that, man. Hell no.
I wear a robe around the house, but not out to shopping and stuff. How was the wedding anyway? How was the?
Oh, the wedding's in a couple of days, so.
Oh, okay. You're just getting ready for it, yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah, because you're going on Wednesday or something. Yeah.
The thing is, I don't know, bro. I'm one of those guys. If I'm going, I don't like wearing stuff that I've already worn.
Yeah.
So I managed to buy me a couple of new hats. This is how I am. A new suit, 4 new hats.
Holy shit!
And I still got new socks, and I gotta give me some new undies, man.
To me, I understand the underwear.
Yeah, it's like, bro, might as well, The only thing I didn't buy today was a new watch and I even got me a new gold chain, man.
Holy.
Baller.
And this is why I like to thank the ladies that the chick at Johnny Bugs, man, because she said to me, that grey blazer looks nice with just a nice plain top underneath. And when she said that, in my head I was thinking, because the picture they had on display was black and white, I was like, true, eh? But then I said, but then I gotta give me a gold chain, and she started laughing. And okay, there must be a lot of Indian or Maori guys that come in here to buy suits, and flex a chain. So when I was at the markets, man, I bought me a gold chain. I was like, I might as well, man.
Tony Biggs.
You've come that far.
You've
come that far. You got a suit, so.
See, I was like, she did say it looks good with the hoodie underneath. So I was like, might as well keep it on, But now, that's on now. The actual wedding's on Thursday.
Yeah.
So do a couple of shots and then fly straight up.
That Johnny Biggs store, that's an Australian big man store, eh?
Yeah. Well, they go up to 9XL, bro.
Yeah. I shopped there too.
54 blazer. That's about a 3XL. Yeah. And I was saying to her, you reckon I'll be a 60? She laughed and she's, nah, because the biggest size is a 10. So that must be like a 64 inch.
Shit.
So if you got a 64-inch chest, man, you're Michael Orr or something. You're going to beat Michael Orr. Yeah. But I was just surprised that she just looked at me once and then grabbed the blazer and a fit. And I was like, man, when do I ever go to a place and I go, even like the hats at the line markers, bro, I go there and they go, yeah, you'll fit it. I go, fuck, if it just sits on top of my head, I'm going to throw it at you.
Yeah, I know.
Today was good, man. Like this weekend for shopping has been good. Like no one's, put me out of my comfort zone where I've been all mad and just walked away. Been negotiating on price. But it was good weekend for shopping.
Was this up at St. Luke's, there, Johnny Biggs?
Yeah, I think that's the only one that I know of.
Yeah. There's one up at Dressmart, which they got a bigger range, but yeah, the St. Luke's one is pretty good.
Now that reminds me of when I used to go clubbing and like try to get the girls and stuff. Like I used to try to wear like a new shirt all the time and stuff like that. I always like I can't be the same shirt, I have to get a new shirt.
You gotta have a rotation of shirts, bro.
I had a new one, man. Like even if it was a cheap one, like just something new, fresh.
Yeah, if I wore something in that month, I will change it the next month. So like every night, every weekend was a different shirt almost. Man.
And I like the where you're saying with the jacket and changing it up. Like I do that too. Like wear the same jacket, like a different shirt or the same pants, different. That's good, eh? Like make the most out of your money, eh?
Oh, but absolutely. Well, she threw me off by saying something like that goes with that hoodie because I had a hoodie underneath. So for me to try on a 54 and with a hoodie already on, which is quite thick, and I still fit the blazer because I managed to button up, and I go, oh man. It's not reversible though, because I got a blazer from there that's a reversible one.
Ooh, damn!
When I went to my wedding, when I first originally bought the suit, I picked it up accidentally and I had it on back to front. And then someone was like saying to me, "Hey, if you got the right jacket on," I was like, "Oh, flip my head, I do." And now I ended up walking back to the chair. Oh, you're the only one wearing a blazer at that table, so I'm like, got me a 2-in-1 jacket. By accident, felt like Will Smith, man. I was like, damn, that's why. But no, it is a nice blazer. But I think blue's been ever represented at weddings at the moment, or formal functions.
Yeah,
true. Me.
Oh, sweet man. Should we rip into some of these topics?
Yep.
Yeah.
So we'll touch on the Rugby World Cup first. I don't know if you've been paying attention to the screen or to the skybox, but for the first time ever in history, the biggest news that came out of Rugby World Cup was the early exit of Australia. And I'm gonna say it. I think Sonny Bill jinxed him. He shouldn't have said Sonny Ozzy Williams. But man, I think someone needs to put a muzzle on him, because you can remember he was cheering for Australia. He ends up in the Flying Fijians change room, and then he had a bit too much to say about Eddie Jones, which I feel was like a bit I don't know, uncalled for, and I'm more or less saying because Stan Sport interviewed him after the game, and I'll play the audio for you because I think you need to understand the context of what happened. So Eddie Jones is the head coach. He obviously came in and took over. Was it Rennie? David? Was it? Oh.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, Dave Rennie.
And this is like 15 months up before the Rugby World Cup. I know the boys on the counteract talked about if someone was to sweep in and take over Fuzzy, but next minute Australia, they have a coach who had a couple of games he had just lost by a few points, and he played some international teams. Not even a month later, then he gets the boot, and then Eddie Jones is into the picture, and this is less than a year and a half out for the Rugby World Cup. Following that loss, Stan Sport interviews Sonny Bill, and Sonny Bill gives his expert opinion. So I'll just play the audio.
Guess what has led to this result here? If we think back to less than 12 months ago, an injury-ravaged side under Dave Rennie lost to France in Paris by a point. An injury-ravaged side came back from 20-odd points down and beat Wales as well in November. What's your take on where the Wallabies have ended up here?
Look, let's talk on tonight first and foremost. That second half team, they look like a team that just lost belief. They didn't believe in themselves, and that starts from the head in the sheds. The guy that's telling them to get up. They came out here and they didn't perform at all. It was really, really disappointing. I feel for these boys. I feel for the fans. I'm going to keep it real on here. Look, they were up against it from the start. Like you touched on, what's happened, where we are to right now. Questions need to be asked from selections to the mind games that Eddie's been playing with these kids, these guys, these young men. It was evident. There's a guy in the studios back home that should be here right now, you know. So proofs in the pudding. 40-6 was really embarrassing, and I feel for these kids. They're gonna carry this on for the rest of their careers and feel this until they get to come back here again, rectify it. But if I'm a player, and I'm going to carry on here, if I'm a player from a player's point of view, I'm not following a guy that's sitting, having a meeting with another national team, potentially looking for another job days before you're hopping on the plane to come to this World Cup. So, and that's just my opinion. I might be different, I might be going a bit too far here, but that's my honest opinion.
I think it's a fair point. I think there's plenty of us.
From that little snippet there, what do you guys reckon about Sonny Bill's choice of words coming after Eddie Jones, and how Australia, for the first time in history, has never made it past the round robin? Start with you, Yush.
Yeah, I sort of agreed all the way until he sort of personally attacked Eddie. I think that's more of a time, like on a podcast like us, like a long form type of platform. The media in that is like, I don't know, keep it general sort of thing. But yeah, I think because I know he's good mates with Quade Cooper, so I think he might have been thinking of Quade and the flanker. So some of the guys that missed out. But yeah, I don't know the ins and outs of the situation with Eddie Jones, like with him talking with Japan and stuff like that. So I don't know. I think I would have left that part out and then left the rest of it in.
Yeah.
Just where he talked about with Eddie Jones talking. But yeah, I agreed with him saying like, you know, we got to look at the top, the players, and everything like that. You know, I agreed with. But I think it's not the platform for me anyway. maybe others will agree that's the right platform. But yeah, he has. I guess he has his thing. But I think like these places, it feels weird like hearing that stuff on TV and all that. But here, like it'll be like, oh yeah, like it's a better place for discussion about it.
Yeah,
because you can't really empty out the clip on it. You know what I mean?
There's no context to it.
Yeah.
You know what you're saying.
Yeah, like you can't really fully dive into it.
Yeah.
The other guys as well can't like, oh yeah, but what about this and that? It's
I feel the same.
Yeah.
Yes, like I think best is less. I mean, less is best. Especially when you're on that kind of platform.
Yeah.
It's best to say
yes.
Yeah. How do
keep it general? I thought he could have kept it more general, like, but not point out his name and who he is.
Do that in a podcast with some of the boys or something.
You do it on a podcast,
That would have been better on a podcast because then you could dive into it more, and the other guys could be questioning him or like add details and stuff like that.
But do you think that like the viewers at home would be feeling like? Do you reckon that Sonny Bill's choice of words is an influence over those who are watching in the comfort of home? Because to be honest, I felt like when he started to dive in and say it as a player, because he spoke about as a player from their perspective, he talks about I think he's talking about Hoops, the one who's doing in studio doing the panel work for the Stan Sport. So he's talking about guys like him who missed out. But I think even Hoops was sort of like safeguarding Eddie as well. I think because the comparison between a player doing what he's done at a World Cup is different from a coach's, but the proof in the pudding is more on what Eddie Jones has done around the world with rugby, right? Sonny Bill is just a player, whereas Eddie Jones, he's gone to different countries and coached at the top. You got to remember, Eddie Jones coached England. England sent the ABs home. I don't think Sonny Bill can have any sort of credibility to stand on and say, look, I've done this. He's played as a player, but I think, when you get personal like that, you sort of got to be, like, if I was a viewer of Stan, I'll be ringing in and saying, oh, maybe tell Sonny to say less, because that's sort of uncomfortable, man. Like, it's already bad we're going home. Unless you heard these words directly from them, like he was a club captain or like a players association.
Yeah, true.
Again, a podcast would be better for it instead of hearing it straight after the game.
Or even like on his own like platform, like on his own social media.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, because it's like his own personal thing. But I don't know, in the world rugby sort of scene, I don't know. I wouldn't have thought it was a good spot. Yeah, or his own platform, or
What about how we touched on? So I thought this would be a good, interesting sort of conversation around like, because he's a coach, right? So Eddie Jones is a coach. He's a coach and a father first, right? For him to sort of chuck Eddie under the bus by saying, "Oh, I wouldn't be as a player," because he's saying as a player, I wouldn't follow a guy who's on the phone talking to another international body. Like, in terms of a job. But you got to remember, Eddie Jones signed for 5 years, for Rennie to go. The terms would have been on his terms, was just to sign on for at least 2 World Cups. Because you wouldn't want to chuck it all away, come back for like this World Cup and then go again. Like, I don't think Sonny Bill's choice of words around that is sort of like for him to have an opinion about.
Yeah.
Because you wanna like he's known to the rugby circles, like he is a great coach. Why go into this World Cup knowing, okay, I don't have the chemistry with the boys, but if this is the foot in and stay there for 5 years, I'll do it, carry it on, and then see how we go. But he even said, and he was explaining, like from some of the footage that I've seen, it's like, it was the team that I had initially probably wasn't the team to carry us to the World Cup, So I just thought it was interesting that he said, I wouldn't be following a guy who's already on the phone to another country talking about his job. But I mean, if the job was to come up after the 5 years, and part of that screening process was to get interviewed now, I don't think Sonny Bill's got another leg to stand on by saying who he can't sort of talk to,
Yeah.
I mean, it's a job.
Yeah. Listening to the whole thing from the start, it just felt like he was trying too hard. To be honest.
Yeah.
It was just like, oh, okay. Whatever. Yeah, just lost interest.
Yeah. But no, I agree. I think, him, and he doesn't even know like that, Eddie. I mean, for a fact, in terms of what's happening behind closed doors with Eddie and the other people.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Maybe he heard from someone, some sources or something like that. But I think that goes into that he say, she say. Like, gossip sort of thing, and like I think as a player you probably get tired of that stuff. So I think coming from him, who's been through similar stuff, wouldn't say something like that because he doesn't really know. No one knows except Eddie and I guess whoever he was talking to.
Absolutely, bro.
But and I think even if they did rubbish, like it came before that, like it wasn't that didn't ruin their campaign. That you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there was other stuff. Whatever it is. I guess he was trying to say that Eddie wasn't really fully focused on it, or I don't know, imply that.
Trying to imply it,
yeah, that Eddie's mind was elsewhere, but I'm pretty sure he would have been doing his best. You know, it just didn't work. You know, whatever he was trying, just didn't. They all try their best, man. Like you know, all the players, all the coaches, and stuff like that. No one wants to lose.
Lose at a World Cup. Right?
Yeah, bro.
Exactly. Yeah,
Remembers that shit, you know?
Like no, you know, it didn't work, but he was trying. He could. You know,
he wouldn't do it on purpose.
He's Australian too.
It's just because Sonny brought his flowers. Look, you gave your gold medal to the kid in the crowd. Come on. Live off that, bro. Gosh, leave Eddie alone. He's old. Well, sweet boys. Well, following that, during the week, this week, they had the Daily M Awards. And I think the last one was Nico Hines. So Nico Hines won this last year. And there's obviously been a lot of debate and talk about when a guy wins the Daily M, whether he is the actual best player. I mean, coming off the form in his Indigenous game, and then him being selected for State of Origin, it was sort of like a big hype around, oh man, this guy was the Daily M Award winner. Did he only get 12 minutes, was it? 12 minutes in this year's series?
Not much, yeah.
So,
off the bench, eh?
Going off that, and then seeing who won Daily M of the year, and it was sort of like a two horse race, eh? And then Kalen Ponga ended up winning it by a point. And it's just funny how many players have come out of the woodworks and started doing like social media posts about Sean being like robbed.
Yeah.
Like we can just quickly touch on this. So what are your thoughts about Sean Johnson missing out on Daily M Player of the Year?
Yeah. I thought he did sort of deserve it a bit more, I guess, because Kalen had like they had a great run and stuff like that, and he had a great season. And then Johnson had a great season as well, probably one of his best seasons. But I wouldn't have posted about it or whatever. Like if he's gonna get like for me as a player, if I got like player's player or something like that from my club or recognized from my teammates, that would be enough. Like that my teammates and that respected me for me to be like, to get respected by my teammates and that meant like a lot, you know what I mean? So I would have been gutted to miss out like Johnson, but I would have been still like pretty proud and happy that I was still recognized as well.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't have posted about it. I don't know. That's just me.
Do you reckon it's time for them to change the way they give points for the Daily M week to week? So there's a few NRL greats talking about it. I think Gordon Tallis is even saying that maybe they need to shake it up and reintroduce like the actual way they distribute the points.
Yeah, how's it go? Is it like 3 people? 3 people? That's what I sort of read.
3, 2, and 1 sort of points.
Yeah. And is it 3 people from each game,
I think
they give the points
3
out.
players from each game get the point system with the 3, 2.
I mean,
but
sorry, like
he would have missed
just in
out.
terms of who gives those points out, who gives them out.
I'm not too sure. He gives them out.
Yeah.
But I think because Sean didn't play in that last game, that probably would have been the game they would have,
Yeah.
Because ideally they've played the same amount of rounds for the clubs, whether they've been injured or not. But then that's where I think the Warriors have their edge because they had 3 players in the Daily M team, and they would have stolen points from Sean as well.
Right. Yeah.
And then the argument was that maybe some players, like Kalen, even though he won his, would have been playing a whole lot of stinker teams on the back end of their season, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Where Sean on that, because his props in second rows would have been playing a lot different, he would have just ended up with 1 point. But I mean, if they can expose the daily cap, the salary cap for the season and finals, why can't they expose how they put the points together, eh?
I think my opinion on that is with the points. I think when I played in Newcastle, we had like the refs would give a point. So I think the refs, because when you're in the middle, you can sort of feel the game. You got the pulse that you just don't get from like watching a game. Because like when I played, I like in Newcastle rugby. Sorry, playing as a flanker. Like people from the outside, I didn't really play that well, but the ref and some of the players, I got respect because they're there and they can feel that you're influencing the game by effort and that.
Yeah.
But some of it you can't see. So I think the ref should give some points. The players from each team, so like a player's player sort of thing. Like so, the Warriors would give have a say as a whole, and then the other team, who do they play? The opposite team would have a say, and then one external source.
Oh yeah.
So someone from the top. So it would be like the ref, both teams, and then one external, something like that, or maybe even just the ref and then the two players, because they're the people who are like involved in the game physically, like in every way, and they really know. Like people from the outside can see who's dominant and one, but they can't feel it. Like I think, yeah, something like that. Either the ref and the two teams, and one out, or just the ref and the two, yeah, something like that.
Yeah, it would be
Yeah,
interesting to see whether they do make changes to how they score points for daily EMA. Because you gotta feel sorry for him. Eh? He did have a good season, but then he didn't put him out for the last game. He put himself out, because of his injury. But could have been different story,
I mean, he's still got halfback of the year, and I don't know what he's got at the Warriors. We know when they have their prize giving, but I'm sure he would have been acknowledged and honoured for having a great season and impact on the team. But yeah, well, what do you reckon? Any?
I think he made his choice not to play, even if he had got on. I mean, he would have played good enough to score a point or two,
Yeah.
I think that's what happens when you rest. Kalen played all the way through from his concussion, played every week.
Yeah.
And they probably would have just got max points every time he played.
Yeah, it seemed like it was a bad thing for the Warriors overall that they didn't play everyone.
Yeah. Well, I felt
because the Panthers.
I sort of felt like, because remember I did say like, Kalen Ponga will prove why he's the best 6 and 7. Like he didn't prove it in the game, but look what happened. He ended up being the best player of the whole year for the whole competition. So
Yeah,
predicted something, right?
Oh yeah, another thing. Sorry, just going back just for a second. Remember, we picked Fiji to beat. If you listen to Empty Out the Clip, we called it Fiji when they beat Aussie.
Yeah.
So it was me and you. I think
Cam's
went.
Yeah.
Cam's went for Aussie.
Someone's listening.
Cam's the one who chose Aussie with Sonny Bill.
Oh, yeah. There you go. Now he's on holiday. I don't know who approved the annual leave, man. Shocking. Oh, now sweet as we leave that one there. Recently in the big news, this came out on the field. Jonah Lomu's wife. It's titled Jonah Lomu's widow tries to block DOCO claims trademark breach. So the breach is about a New Zealand on air film, and it's funded. Journalism funded. DOCO is trying to get screen time, and Jonah's wife, her Nadine Lomu, she's trying to take the New Zealand Film Commission about their proposed doco on Jonah. She's trying to get them to sort of like ask, well, she's probably asking them who's giving you the permission to play this, because that's her husband, and because her kids are both Lomus and she's a Lomu, by marriage and that, she's sort of saying how he's gonna go do this and who's giving these the rights when I've pretty much declared everything around the world as being, the legal person to come through. So it's been going on for about 8 years since his passing. But you gotta wonder, man, like who, like, because I know, like, whenever, like our brotherhood, our KB brotherhood, whenever people try and do memorial jerseys in memory of some of the brothers who have passed on, and a lot of the old boys come out of the woodworks and they say, let our brothers rest in peace. Do not traumatize or trauma the families by bringing stuff up, because it's tough, the families will feel a certain way. Like, in your own opinion, like, how do you feel about the New Zealand Film Commission trying to play a doco without going through the right channels to have it aired.
Man,
Start with you, Eric.
Honestly, I don't think it's right. I think they should have asked permission from the family first. That's all they had to do, really. I think just ask permission for it, and then carry on with the documentary. But it looks like they've already done the documentary. It's ready to go.
Yeah.
And they're just basically saying, "Oh yeah, we're gonna air it online," but they still don't have the consent of the family.
Yeah. Well, I remember 4 years ago they started. They said, this is after he had passed. They did that little short film about it, but then they wanted to go in depth about all his superstar deals.
Yeah.
And then they said they were going to do a doco because they already got I think his old manager to jump on and said he'll do the footage. But that's when she sort of submitted that, hold up, I'll put a hold on everything that's Jonah around the world. You shouldn't be doing it at all.
Man, well, because didn't they do a TV show about Jonah?
Yeah.
There was that little a 2-part TV show. I remember.
Yeah.
I didn't even know if that was they probably accepted that through. I don't know. I don't know how they do those kind of things on with movies and stuff, but yeah, that's pretty sad.
Yeah, I think you always got to go through the family. You always got to your family's bigger than the dollars they're trying to make, and they're always trying to get money, exposure. Generally, they don't have the best interest of the family at heart. So yeah, I don't think it's good. I think if they were genuine, they would have went through the wife and the family, and try to get their approval, get their they're okay to go through, and then obviously run things by them, like should we leave this out, add this or not, or if they want to do it all together, because like you said, you don't want to stir up stuff if they don't want to see it. So yeah, you got to go through the family, and life's bigger than just trying to make videos and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, it seems like a bit of a money sort of thing. They're trying to go, but maybe if they did it in a way that included the family, or they it might have been better. Maybe it's just the approach. If they can see they're genuine and they care and they just want to honor the man and portray him in a good light, and they okay everything, that could have maybe worked. But yeah, you got to go through the families, eh?
Yeah, I sort of feel like when they've obviously heard that Nadine was coming after them about going as far as recording and getting people to speak their own truth about what happened during Jonah's life and their experiences with him, I sort of felt they must have just flogged it off and thought about, oh, she's just grieving, she'll get over it. But she obviously hasn't taken a back step, eh? And she's like willing to take it all the way to the top, which is something like you don't hear of often, right?
Yeah.
But like, who's to say like, okay, maybe they might have a backdoor deal when they settle, and then they get a lump sum and they get cut in on some commission about gearing this, because I think Jonah's story is probably one of the greatest stories to come out of South Auckland, man. Like when it comes to footy, he is the guy who pretty much made rugby professional, isn't he? And it's just funny that like I know like at the All Blacks experience that I shared with you earlier, if you go into the All Blacks experience, there's 3 jerseys on display and 2 of them are Jonah's. And I remember talking to one of the guys who worked there, and I said, so how much of that does Jonah's family get for those jerseys just being on display? And his reply was, well, actually, the All Blacks experience, they have to pay a couple of guys over in, I think, in the UK who own the jerseys. So it's like the jerseys were donated to a museum, and they're one of Jonah's, I think it's a 95 World Cup jersey, and then his first Sevens jersey. I think that's the number 18 that he's got on his back. It's that jersey, and they're both signed. So it just buzzes me out that people want a bit of him, man. Like everyone's trying to get their hand on some sort of greed around his just his legacy, eh? But it just shocks me that like you got something as big and like sitting in New Zealand, but they've got to go buy it. So, and apparently it's the number is quite big, eh? Like it's a couple of 100,000 just to have here on display.
Holy shit!
Which is like, in how much of the family see that? So,
and what 2 guys in UK own these shirts?
Yeah, because it's from a history. I think it's from the ARB rugby museum.
Yeah.
So just to have those 2 jerseys there on display.
And the family don't get no commission from that.
They do not see a cent, bro.
Wow.
So that's what buzzes me up about, people still trying to. It's just, especially for someone like the IRB, man. Like, you'd think they'd go and just do some goodwill and just say, oh, look, every bit of money that we have while it's being rented out will go to his sons.
Yeah.
Or his kids,
But they're not thinking like that.
Oh, it shows the cruelty of the world, man.
God.
Yeah. Yes. It would be, personally, I'd love to see like a Jonah thing, but yeah, obviously it's got to be okay by the family. I think. Yeah, because it would be awesome to see.
Yeah, bro, hard up.
Because he is the man and stuff.
Bro, I still like.
But if the family are uncomfortable, then it's their call type thing.
But I mean, in time, time will heal.
Yeah.
Heal.
Yeah.
Nadine Tart, and eventually, when the boys get to the age where they're gonna be like, man, like I didn't even think that her kids would know how great of a player Jonah was and how much of an influence he was on the world stage. Like he was doing stuff like while he was still at school that you'd never seen like adults do, literally, man. And it's crazy, like for a big man like that, apart from someone playing in the NFL, running as fast as he was, yet on a muddy surface, wearing boots, bro. That's still something that amazes me. Like, I know my cousins always spoke about like the South Auckland like athletics records and stuff, like shot put, discus, and the 100 meters, and they'd always talk about it, man. They'd always talk about, bro, this guy from Wesley, bro, unit, man. So he's iconic, bro. But yeah, hopefully they they do let. Hopefully she sells it to Netflix or something like that.
Yeah.
Negotiate something with New Zealand film.
Hold on.
Yeah.
It'd be bigger than just playing it on New Zealand Airways, man.
Have you ever seen that guy in real life, though? I got a chance to meet him once.
Oh,
nice.
Probably saw him down at Eden Park maybe a handful of times.
Yeah, I saw him at
headphones on.
I was at Newmarket BP and he happened to pull up there. I was working there. And bro, he was taller than his 4-wheel drive, man. Like, he was relaxing on the top of his roof of the 4-wheel drive. Like, he put his arm over the top. He was just waiting for the pump. I was like, holy fuck, this guy is tall.
Was that his one, the 4-wheel drive with the sounds in it? The Fusion one?
I'm not too sure, but no, it didn't have any music coming from it. I think it looked more like probably the wife's car. It was more like family type. Like they had baby seats and stuff inside. But man, it was just like how he was towering over his 4-wheel drive, man. You can see this monster walking past the pumps. Holy shit. He's massive, bro. I was staring at his... I think when I went to go see him, I was staring directly at his chest. So that's how big he was. Like, holy shit. Yeah.
Sweet boys, move on to the next. Big news out west, man. So New Zealand Auckland police shooting new footage of a dramatic car chase. Alleged offenders' vehicles falls apart. So there's some footage captured. This is of a guy in a truck. So apparently he was going along Seratu Road, and I think cop cars spotted him. They must have spotted the license plate on the truck. And instead of going straight over the bridge to go underneath the tunnel and head out to the motorway going out to town, he decided, I'm going to go left. So anyone who knows traffic out west, most of the traffic comes from the southern motorway and then from central south. So if you're coming out west, all the traffic sort of gets gridlocked around about Lincoln Road. So this guy, he must have panicked. Reminds me of my cousin and my bro Ken. You get freaked out and you can't start the car and the alarm's going off and you're trying to get a quick getaway. So instead of going right and straight over the bridge, this guy took a left and he ended up on Lincoln Road, and that's where gridlock traffic is. And 29-year-old man was charged with carjacking and using a driver and using an air rifle. So he's pointing the air gun at members of the public. He was listed as being impaired in the Waitakere District Court on Thursday. He was hospitalized by police because the police shot him on Lincoln Road. So, what are you guys' thoughts about all the drama unfolding out west, man?
Man, some people out west, bro. First it's the guy at the pump, now it's this guy. Shit. Man, it's getting worse, all right.
It's-
Complete idiot must be on drugs.
I'm wondering because there was a picture of it. All I saw was one of the boys who missed us in his cell had footage of him while he's parked because he said, "Oh, bro, you can't get through. There's a shootout at the bridge," and he's parked up on the side recording it. And I think it must be the guy. There's a truck and there's a dude trying to open doors. So,
Shit.
you know whether he
What, in the middle of a robbery?
I think it's the bridge heading over into Lincoln Road. So yeah, he's trying to
Get out.
trying to get into someone's car, and he's trying to get in through the passenger side.
Oh my god.
He's like, "Why are you trying to get in through the passenger side? There's nowhere to go. Like the traffic's literally not moving."
Oh, but through the passenger side.
yeah, it's
Like he did jump in the Islanders car, bro. Gotta get a Heidi straight away.
Oh man, I wonder if he was Islander or what he was.
Yeah, that sounds like a Palangi.
yeah. I wonder. It's a bit weird. He had like a air rifle in the car. Like it's a bit scary that it's becoming more common that people have weapons on them, sort of thing. They're like, is that going to be 5-10 years? Is that going to be the common thing that everyone has something on them?
Yeah.
Or not everyone, but just just more common. That's well, not heading in the right direction, but yeah, man, it's you can hear it. Like the helicopters are out more, the sirens, the police cars are out more. Yeah, I don't like to sound like doom and gloom, but things aren't heading in the right direction. I guess for me, I'm just trying to like, I want to like get my kids and myself to learn like martial arts and get jacked so I can sort of just handle myself, like when there's weird stuff happens, because I don't know, it might happen one day. I don't know, or get good at communicating. I guess guys with security and that, you can diffuse things or like talk your way out of things. Just sort of like thinking of like how you can get out of situations, because they could happen, unfortunately.
Yeah, you're right about that. But sometimes I see it at work, and it could be something as simple as an argument turning into something as like a stabbing. Now, I've seen those kind of things happen at work before, so yeah, you're right on point with that. It depends how you approach them, and if you can find a way of diffusing it as peaceful as you can, that's the best way.
Yeah, you would know a lot about that. It's like just knowing how to talk to people and that sort of thing, like not making things get bigger than they need to be, because it feels like it's going to happen to all of us eventually. Like something's going to happen within our area, and just knowing how to handle yourself and keep things calm.
Well, I'll share a few words that I've used with guys who I know they aren't going to do anything. Like when the guys, so if a guy's been drinking, right? So the last 21st gig that I bounced at, and the guy was he had his own beers, but he was standing across the road from a place that had been shut down. Sometimes when police see that, they might see, this place has breached their liquor ban because he happens to have beer that they sell behind the bar. So I told the guy, you can leave. You can leave now or you can walk. And he's looked at me like, yeah, I'm walking. But then his mates told him, bro, was the guy trying to threaten you? He's then turned around and said, oh, I'm allowed to drink my beers because I bought them here. And I go, oh, good. It's up to you if you want to leave in the ambulance or leave by feet. You choose. It's the same. If the guy has to think about it long enough, right, he's not going to do shit.
Yeah.
He's harmless.
He would have reacted.
If he had reacted and he goes, what was that? And he's like, all of a sudden grew a pair of balls. Then I would have said, bro, up to you, bro. You're sober. I'm sober. You've been drinking, bro. Do you want to drink the box through a straw or you want to drink them with your own lips? Sort of just baiting guys like that, bro. Baiting guys like that sometimes can question themselves whether they're really going to do anything,
Yeah.
Right.
But that's under the influence of alcohol. But when guys are sober, bro, generally you can go, brother, also, what's that happened, man?
Yeah.
Guy, maybe all a guy needs to do is just vent about his life and just say, fuck, it was only a bacon and egg pie, man. He'll probably have something small that happened inside his house They made him
Yeah.
go over the edge and be like, "Fuck, I gotta go get out of this place," And then he's ended up on the motorway in a shootout, and then caught the next day.
But it's out of it how guns now are more. It's popping up more, right? The excess of guns, where these guys are getting their guns from. It's like, man, there was hardly anything before the laws changed.
Well, man, I can understand the stress, man. There's a lot of it's tough, bro. It's tough trying to survive in Auckland right now, man. We got so many bills, bro, and it's like, so today the first time I filled up at Costco, bro. The petrol at the moment for 91 is $1 or $2.82. That's for 91. It hasn't been their price for ages, man. So for Costco to slowly drop their prices, because I've been filling up at Lincoln Road and at Go, for Costco to take its time to drop its prices, that it clearly shows this is how tough it is to sort of like get by in Auckland.
Yeah.
And like everyone needs a car, man. It's hard to try and rely on public transport. It's hard to rely on Uber. It's just, I mean, people are being challenged to the point like, man, do I have enough to bridge me to the next few, paychecks or whatever, or bills? I mean, because the school holidays, it's even more harder, man. Like it's hard, if you got kids that are on the lunch list, to make sure that these kids get fed, and they've got one or two siblings who might not be fed. For some teachers, I hear it, man. Some teachers, they worry about those kids during the school holidays, whether mum and dad's going to be home or not, and whether those kids are going to get some food.
Yeah.
So, man, that poor dude. I'm gonna be that poor dude who got shot up, man, because I bet you the intent of driving that day he left and him turning left instead of taking the right over the bridge, probably would have been like, damn it. Whoever texted him while he was following the bloody map on Google Maps shouldn't have texted him, man. He was trying to gap it.
Yeah, everybody knows out west. You don't go up to Lincoln Road, bro. That's gridlock galore.
This is that whole anxiety that I used to have when I used to be like, bro, if people are blocking the exit, right? And then the fire alarm goes off and everyone's going for the one exit.
Oh.
So this dude, obviously, the fire alarm went off in his head. And instead of going towards the four other doors he could have gone to, he went to the same door or everyone else is going. He ended up on Lincoln Road. Poor dude.
Do you think we'll get to the stage like where people follow? Because in the States it's like people follow you home, and like it's there's starting to be shootouts and things like that. Do you think that stuff's coming? It's coming,
I think so. Well, I've seen some videos where people, they go to the beach and then some guys are scoping out the cars. Quickly, if they see somebody put their bag in the car, they will go in there, break open the car, and take off with the bags.
Yeah.
And you see it on those TikTok videos. Man, it's going to end up here soon. It probably already is.
Sadly, I think you're right, because, it might be coming this way. Like, to be honest, I grew up in Ranui. My mentality still hasn't changed. I live out in Tat. Like, even if I'm just, like, hitting from the car to the house, even for, like, a quick... Bro, I lock the car like it's good.
Yeah, same.
Try and break into the car so that lamp can go off. I'm like that, bro. Like, even, like, here, man, I lock the front door, I lock the cage, I lock the slide door, I lock every other door before you come inside the house. It's like, that mentality never shakes off of you, But that's just from growing up rough and runway, man. But yeah, you gotta question yourself, like whether we are moving into those times. Like I always think to myself, I always say to my kids, man, if I ever get in gridlock and I get out and I start smacking someone, just lock the doors, man. Don't even try to help out. Don't worry about me. Dad's all good. But I'm like, that's the mentality you gotta have to sort of survive, Yeah. It's not all butterflies and whistles, man. It's like, shucks, we are heading into those times, and it's just whoever can survive without, losing their mind, and ending up on a pig stick.
Shit. Hold up, bro. That's shocking. That still shocks me.
Yeah, man. Like, that's what I was saying. Like, it's coming. Like, you learn how to, either talk your way out of it or to sort of like handle yourself out of it. You got to like think about it in one way or another.
There's certain people you can talk to. And some you can't. You just have to. You have to bring the smack down. You got to bring it.
Yeah. People, just get too weird.
Yeah.
And,
It's usually the smaller ones that I find, the real smaller people.
Tiny people. The dwarves or the midgets.
No, not even them. It's like it's just, I don't know, the smaller they are, the more violent they become.
they got that short syndrome that
Mota life.
Yeah, they look at you like, what are you looking at?
they've been the short.
I don't know what it is, but yeah, people that are shorter than me anyway.
But yeah, my when my wife's family came back, I was talking to her brother and he's saying like, he's like, oh, how much rent are you paying? I was like, oh, I'm paying this, and then he's like, oh, in Aussie they, it's like half that, and you get similar sort of things. And so I guess that's why like a lot of people are moving over there. Eh? Like a lot of my family's moved over there, and I guess just taking that stress, a little bit of stress and pressure, out of people's lives. But I guess they miss other things here, like there's always good stuff here, good stuff there. You can't have everything.
You can't. Probably financially there,
but
it's probably better.
Yeah, but I guess you'll have like other problems, or miss other things. So yeah, it's a tough one. I guess everyone's got to weigh up.
Sweet gents. I wanted to introduce a new segment to the episode. So this is on the back of just surfing some I don't know. You know how the algorithm obviously follows whether your mind's in a funny laughing mood or whether it's into the want to see gruesome shit. But I thought we'd call this segment Savage of the Week. So as well as having the fair poke of the week, we'll call the Savage of the Week, and these are just random clips caught on camera, and a lot of it can be pretty like, what the hell, like what the f, But I thought I'd play a couple, and you can pick the. So I come up with a top 3 point system, and you guys can pick the top 1 for Savage of the Week. First one I loaded was last week, and it's just a group of kids. They must be at a feed, and I think the grandpa is trying to tell everyone to say the prayer, and he's pretty gangster, right? Like when I heard the words come out of his mouth just before he said say the prayer, I thought to myself, bro, this guy's got to be on the episode.
None of you guys are eating. If you don't know the song,
I like it. Anyone want to touch on how savage that was, or whether that was savage?
Nah, I don't think it's that bad, I don't think, it was good. It was good.
Oh man, I love.
No, it was good. It was a bit, but no, it wasn't too high. But I think it was good. I think it was like it was necessary.
Yeah, needs to be said.
Yeah.
What you think of that? Did you want to crack up laughing, or would you like, oh, did he just say that to the kids?
Yeah, because I remember I said that, I can't remember where I said that word, but I remember I got a slap from one of my mate's parents for saying that, because your mate doesn't tell you what it means, and you just keep on saying it, and next week you get slapped. So yeah, but I don't actually know what it means.
He told him to eat poo.
Oh my gosh!
All right, so that's number 1. This is my number 2 at the moment. Sorry guys. So this one here is this is a story of a guy whose wife, his family was trying to get a hold of a dude, sort of like a prank. He said he asks him a few questions about the dude's wife. He randomly got the number, and he's just checking in on him, and he's asking him if he's if like the questions he's asking him, because he's looking for his long lost brother. But I'll play you maybe 3 minutes of it, and tell me if you think like this is savage. But yeah, this is a little prank.
I ain't trying to hear all that kind of shit like that. I mean, What's up? I mean, what you got? What's up with you and Tina?
No, I ain't had nothing to do with your wife, you know.
Oh, really? I was just about to say, goddamn. I ain't trying to hear all that old bullshit.
Okay, no, it ain't nothing like that, but see, try to really make a long story short, man. We have a family member in my family that's been missing for quite some time. You know, we done been on the internet and everything trying to find this family member, and we've looked for years, man. And let me ask you something. How long you been married to Tina?
Me and Tina been married 5 years.
Okay. Well, see, our family member actually has been missing for 6 years, and we've done the research. We're almost like 100% sure. Let me ask you one more thing, though. I'm just trying to line all the ducks up, man. If I could, does Tina have a scar above her left hip?
Yeah, she got a scar above her left hip. So what that got to do with things?
Okay, my family member got a scar above their left hip too. Does Tina have a birthmark on her shoulder?
Yeah. So what you trying to say? My wife part of your family or something? That what you trying to say?
I don't know how to say this to you, but I mean, after asking you what I just asked you, I mean, I'm 100% sure now. I'm certain that your wife Tina is my brother Tim.
What the fuck did you just say?
Your wife Tina is my brother Tim.
Hey, man, hold up, man. First of all, how the fuck did you get
my brother's been missing for 6 years. You know, my brother.
Be out your motherfucking mind. How the fuck you gonna call here and I don't even know how the fuck you got my number. How the fuck you gonna call here and gonna tell me that my motherfucking wife that I've been married to for 5 years is a goddamn man?
So my whole family done the research on it.
I gotta ask, man, is that savage or is that sick?
Fuck, I don't know.
Is that like a? Does he end up saying like this is a G up or what? Like how does that?
That ends with because the guy obviously says the husband who answered, he says something like, "You know what? If I find out that it's a man, I'm gonna kill this motherfucker."
Is that how it ends?
It ends with because he's like saying he's confused about being like, you know, being misled if it is his brother, right? Because obviously the crying, there's a bit of crying that happens in between the end, but it's the money, the money question that the brother asks the husband is, "Do y'all got kids?" He goes, "No." And he goes, "That's my brother." But it's obviously a radio prank. Right, but they never say that about your wife.
Oh shit!
I thought he acted pretty well, eh? He did a good job. He did a good job with like the pauses and
Man, where these Americans
and
come
the
up
question.
with that shit, bro? It's beyond me, man.
I think it's more sick than savage. Yeah.
And then I've got one more, man, and you guys can pick the top savage of the week. This one is just like so a guy must have thought it was funny, and he thought he'd record his wife's reaction. And he says something about what she's cooking, eh? So I'll just play the audio.
You know, you think with all these TikTok recipe videos, you know how to fucking cook a decent meal.
And with all the corn that you watch, you think you know how to actually fuck.
I think I've heard that one before.
I don't know.
What that line? That last line, or
the whole piece.
But, how people try and make content off that and make a funny content, right? That's the oh, you get.
Now that one's definitely savage of the
I
week.
don't. Yeah.
Congrats to that guy, bro. Because he looked like he was like he's seen a ghost, eh?
I thought it was savage
Yeah.
what he said, and then even more savage what she said back.
Yeah, I've actually
savage
heard a conversation like that before once. An actual conversation like that, and I was like, "What?"
Oh
I
wow,
was like, "Holy shit!"
that'd be funny to listen in on.
Oh fuck yeah, it was.
But it was pretty. Unless they got that relationship where they can joke with each
Yeah.
other, like because some.
But if they don't, oh man, it's gonna be dry balls.
Sweet man. Move on to the next segment. So what have y'all been watching on your newsfeed? Like what any movies while you're sitting browsing on the toilet? Anything on Netflix or streaming apps? Start with you, Eric.
I think the latest thing I've watched at the moment is the Gran Turismo movie. So PlayStation pulled out a competition for the fastest time on Gran Turismo, and then apparently gets you qualified for actual seat in to actually go race, actual real racing. So this movie is based off that. So yeah, it was interesting seeing how real game simulators can actually drive. Well, yeah, it was buzzy and all the like. They obviously so they know the racetracks, right? Because they've done it so many times. But there's other things like when you're in a car and you brake or you go fast, there's forces playing on the car, which also play on the driver as well. So these guys don't know that part, but they know the track mentally. So it's funny when they go through their physical ordeal. It's a crack up. Like they're like, oh shit, I have to run more than I did at school. So like, yeah, it's the physical content stuff and all the other mind games that come with like with race car driving when you're facing, especially facing other people or companies that are involved in racing. Like this whole storyline, there's like the villain of the movie is like a rich kid. Now, rich people usually can just they can just get their license by buying it, and then that's it. They're in this world. But for this character, this particular character, he starts from the bottom up. So he's just like his family's a working family, and he gets this opportunity to actually go in this competition and get a chance to drive cars for real. So he takes it, and it works out for him. It's a pretty out of it movie, and it's a true story too, which I found shocking. So it's pretty like a movie doco kind of thing. So have you guys ever played Gran Turismo?
I remember playing it on it was a PlayStation game.
Yeah, that's right.
It's probably the best.
Yeah, I used to play
probably
that.
one of the best car simulators I've ever played because it's pretty accurate. You actually need a steering wheel if you want to get the fastest times. So because I used to play on a control pad and I could always only get bronze for the time medals. I could never get silver or gold. So it's a feat to try and get gold on all your licenses. So even that alone is hardcore. But I enjoyed that movie. I've been watching a lot of anime as well, especially One Piece. It's a pirate cartoon. I don't know if you guys heard of it.
Yeah, heard of it.
Netflix just put out a new season, I think, this weekend. So
it's pretty big, eh? It's pretty big at the moment.
Yeah. Especially with my daughter.
trend.
She's been watching it quite a bit, and it's got me watching it. The funny thing with this cartoon is some of the storytelling in it is quite, it's like stuff that we already know. About respect your elders and that kind of thing, and it kind of comes off on this cartoon. So I was like, oh, that's okay, I guess. So just been watching a whole lot of that.
Yeah, a lot of the students have been watching that, and my wife was watching it one time, and I watched the episode just to see what the kids are getting into and stuff.
It's not like the anime that they do now, but it's like back from the 80s kind of anime, like what Dragon Ball Z used to be. Before. So the storyline way of doing anime is like how it used to be in the 80s. But it's really cool. I like it anyway.
Yeah, last night we dropped off the kids after the birthday to the grandparents, so I had the free night. So I was super excited because I haven't been able to watch like stuff like back to back for a while. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get my binge on and get some snacks and stuff. But I was like looking through. My wife had the Netflix account, so I couldn't watch my shows that I have there. But so I found Welcome to Wrexham because I was trying to watch because I watch a lot of basketball stuff, and I was like, oh, I don't know much about soccer. So and then so I was like, oh, I watch this one. It looks pretty interesting. But no, it's cool, man. I love it. I watch a bunch of episodes. I haven't finished it, but Welcome to Wrexham. Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney, I think. They buy a football club in Wales, and they try to build it up. I love it because I've always wanted to buy a club. I've always wanted to own a club, and I was like, so I guess maybe that's why I was drawn to it, and just seeing like the changes that they made, like as the owners of the club and what they do and stuff. So I thought that would pose like a good question. Like, what club would you guys own if you could? Like, if money wasn't an option,
Would it be
and
a sporting
what would you do?
club, like a
What sporting club and what? Yeah, maybe what 3 changes would you make? Because I guess sort of keep that out. So like for me, I guess I would start with, because I live local, I would buy the Roosters first, the attitude.
Oh yeah.
And I think like that's not really the team I want to buy, but I think just to learn. So if I had the money, won the lotto or whatever, I had to learn, try to turn them around, and then I would obviously buy the Warriors and try to turn them around, sort of thing. But I guess one of the first things I would do is I would get I would try to trust like the local guys a bit more. Like I feel like Auckland or some, like I feel like we think Aussies are better, but they're not. Like we've won the World Cup and Tri-Series and things like that.
Yeah.
Like they are good. Like no disrespect, but like have more local. So like a local coach, like John Auckland or someone, whoever's doing well at the moment, and then like get back into getting our like own guys in there more instead of relying on the Aussies.
Yeah.
Still have a few Aussies in there. I think it's good to have a bit of a mixture, but and yeah, build up the like our what's it called, our development sort of system. I guess that's sort of 2. Like I think it was going good before, when our 20s were winning it and all that. Sort of, I guess, talk to people and sort of see what they were doing back then. Like, how did they get to that stage? And I would try to keep the guys, you know what I mean? Like, instead of chopping and changing so much, I guess the salary cap's a big thing. And then one of the big things I learned from that is like the players and the coaches matter. Like, because they buy a new coach and manager and like 2 players and then they start winning. Then they start winning. Yeah. Like it was that simple, but they could afford to. So I guess seeing like the few players that you think would make the biggest impact on the club, you know what I mean? So bring the local guys through, and then buy 1 or 2 marquee players that I think could change the club. Yeah, I guess that's it in a nutshell. Well, yes. When do you guys got thoughts ready?
What about you, Eric? What basketball franchise would you buy?
Man, because I'm not really a sports fan, but EA Sports, in that realm, like gaming sports, shit. Because I don't think there is a club out west. I mean, out in New Zealand yet. Oh no, there is a couple. I think for Fortnite.
What about around the world?
You could buy an NBA team, anything.
Yeah, NBA players. I mean, like the gamers and stuff. Oh man, I have no idea. Right? I wouldn't know where I would start with something like that. Because in the gaming world, it's you'll need probably the top, not the top players, but pretty good. Depending what game you play for, like what we were talking earlier about Gran Turismo, you'll probably need the guys with the second fastest times on the track or something like that. But then, gaming now is a big thing, and there's a lot of money in there. And they ask for a lot of money too. So yeah, I have no idea how a manager could manage a gaming team. It's a hard one for me.
I think I would buy Cleary. Oh yeah, Cleary, and I need one more player, probably Walsh. Cleary and Walsh back.
If you was to buy back the Warriors.
Yeah, and then I'll probably need a prop A. Oh no, for all Blake and that's doing good. Yeah. Wait, Cleary and Walsh. Sorry, yeah, your turn, Leti.
Yeah.
I think I'd buy Auckland Rugby Union, eh?
Oh,
All right.
I'd buy
Yeah,
Auckland Rugby Union, and the way I would set it up, I would create like how the Fox is sort of structured. I would structure the Auckland Rugby competition, which is the Waka Nathan, and then the I think it's the Fred Allen Cup. I would structure it like how the league comp starts with the Red Rooster tournament. Hey, so that gives any teams outside of the top 16 a chance.
Yeah.
And like just within the last 2 years, I think, because he's got his Ponsonby boys into the Fox, but now they've put a stamp on trading, so you can only buy 2 players for the year. Before they had it open, they had an open cap on who was allowed to come.
They should keep it open, eh?
Yeah, so they've put a stamp on that. That gives it an even playing field, I feel.
You like that? Yeah.
I think it's better for the ground roots game, but I would take the Auckland Rugby comp, structure it like the Fox, and when it comes to like competition, the back end of the season, it plays better because there's more exposure to the grassroots. I think it's a bit of a joke, hey? Like how the Auckland pick their stars now. I wouldn't want a Super Rugby competition. I would just want to concentrate on EPC. But if I bought the Auckland Rugby Union, bro, I would be having players fight over positions, because you want to be the feature game. You don't want to be playing the reserves or the underlights at the local footy club, the local footy grounds. You want to be playing inside the stadium or at Ponsonby and stuff like that.
Yeah.
The first thing I would change would be having like guys like Brian Williams around, and guys like sort of Vaenga, guys that are local. Ronnie Clark, Michael Jones, get them to come in and talk to the guys and talk about their time in the jersey or in the club, because I think that does wonders. I think that does wonders for clubs. Like just when guys talk about like when they look over their successes as players, when they come back and talk about the struggles that they had when they were playing at the club, I think that gives a better appreciation for the jersey and for the players coming through the grades like currently. And if I was to buy a coach to come over, I'd buy Eddie Jones. I'd buy Eddie Jones, and then I'd bring Sonny Bill on as a senior advisor. Just to give everyone a bit of a happy thought to Sonny Bill's foul comments when he's live. But I mean, because he's got the draw card, he's got that. He's got that aura about him. I mean, for a guy who was like who walked out, you got to remember Sonny Bill's that guy who didn't like the contract and fucking walked. Remember the NRL froze his bloody passport. He wasn't able to leave. He's the guy who changed all of that. If it wasn't for what Sonny Bill done when he was at the Bulldogs, there'd be a whole lot of PI players still playing for fucking biscuits, man. I reckon that's so true, and I feel wholeheartedly, and I say that even though he's a Manaba old boy, but I feel like if Sonny Bill didn't do what he done back then by listening to Choka and that and saying like fuck, guys that are struggling, clubs are struggling to pay guys, but they don't want to admit that they don't want to pay top dollar for guys. They're just giving them the crumbs. They'll bring 2 superstars who play Gaia most of the season, and they'll pay everyone else the crumbs, which is evident. It's evident like when you see the list unfold in finals week. It's like, bro, those are the guys who've played the most minutes on the field. You paid less.
Wow, true.
But yeah, that's what I'd do. I'd start with those 3 things, and I'd want to own Auckland Rugby, man. We got I know it would be like you can have a concert on our grounds every other day of the week, man. Cause you've seen how they can transform Eden Park into concert stadiums, and then all that money. That's probably what's paying the bloody Auckland Rugby Union bills, man. It's all the concerts they're having on the grounds.
Would you keep the same team, or is there 1 or 2 guys that you think are missing, or they got the right players, just the wrong, culture or coaches or anything like that? Yeah, any players?
I think I'd scrap the whole lot.
Yeah, start fresh.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So the whole team.
Yeah, I'd scrap the whole team except for Roger.
Wow.
just on the current playing role. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
because they got so much talent. Like I think I've been wanting to see Nickel Jones cricket. I mean, he doesn't seem to get the respect that he deserves. He's almost 3 years
Yeah.
out of school now, and I've never seen him make a start. I mean, if you're gonna bleed players on the bench like that, bro, just put them on and give them the window. You know, otherwise his his contract becomes stale, and then Wellington might come knocking. You know, and then he'll go play awesome down there, just like every other guy that leaves Auckland and makes it big outside of Auckland.
Yeah.
So you'll be sad to see him go.
Oh, nice. No. It's just always been like something that I would, you know, because we watch sports and stuff, and I'm like, man, if I was the coach or this, I would do this and that. So I think that's why I like the show, and then sort of pose that question for us. But yeah, always good fun.
Yeah.
You know, acting like we're shot callers or whatever.
Sweet boys. Shit, what's another thing that we haven't touched on?
Yeah, just what you're thinking. Yeah, I recommend that series for anybody who's into sports, and yeah, it's sort of similar like to buy a club one day or in a club. And if you're listening and you like that thing, tell us what club or team you would like to own and what things you would do to it in the comments. Be good to see what other people, if anyone else has had that sort of thought and what they would like to do.
Sweet. We haven't done a memory lane for a while, so I thought I'd share this one with you. We can just touch on it real quick.
Yep.
A memory lane for me, like I don't know if you remember, but I touched on last week the return of The Rock to the WWE.
Yeah.
And Cams has also said that the reason why we like rock music is because of the WWE entrance music, which I think there is some sort of truth to it. But I'm gonna touch on it now. So I just started. I just got added to this forum on Facebook. It's a WWF, or it's a WWE Attitude forum, and there was a piece of artwork that sort of got a whole lot of it got a thread going. So I've talked about the fuck, what are they called? I think they're called the Crazy Samoans, the Anua'i brothers, and then their lineage into the WWE era now. I was going back some time. That was way before I started watching it. But if you could think of some wrestlers from back in the day, and if you're into wrestling, and you could come up with your dream tag team match. So this is one of the questions that I got asked to get into the forum, which is, if you could name your dream tag team matchup, who would it be on wrestling of the whole generation of, so WWF and WCW and the WWE, what's that, WF Attitude Era? So who would be your dream tag team match?
Oh man, shit, that's going way back. Andre the Giant and Big Show.
Against? Is this them as tag team partners?
Yeah, bro. Andre the Giant and Big Show.
Fuck, that would be mean,
Fuck,
eh?
that's crazy.
And who are they fighting?
That's too much weight.
Who are they fighting?
That'd be too much weight for the ring, man. Fucking.
Who against?
Oh shit. Probably Earthquake and who's another big dude? Kane.
Oh damn.
Yeah,
bro, I could damn. Just imagine all those finishing moves will all happen in that one match.
Yeah, it'll be the one match, hey. Andre the Giant's big hand slap. Fuck.
Yeah, man.
That guy's massive, bro. Yeah, because I remember watching WWF back when I was young, man. And I was in the days of SummerSlam and all that, and WrestleMania. Man, Hulk Hogan and that, Ultimate Warrior, Macho Man Randy Savage, the Honky Tonk Man, Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Yeah.
All those guys, man, bring back memories. But the Attitude Era, don't quite know many of them that well. I mean, of course, The Rock, he's old school and new school.
Yeah.
So yeah, but the new guys they got now was like, holy cow, totally different.
way different, eh?
Yeah. So yeah, I think
What
I
about
like
you, Yush?
I like the WWF better.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's funny you mentioned that because I listened to Hulk Hogan recently and Ric Flair on the Joe Rogan podcast. That was
Oh,
pretty cool.
neat.
It was interesting. But yeah, how I would go is my favorite wrestler of all time is Ultimate Warrior. So the music,
Yeah. Just want to make you run around the ring.
yeah. So him going crazy. So him, and then like, because they were sort of like both the best at the time and like by enemies. So and I liked him as well. The American Hulk Hogan. So it will be them. So they're sort of like enemies, but they're both great from that era.
Yeah, that is true.
And then I would have like sort of more from my era because I don't follow it so much now. But growing up, obviously the Rock was the man, and then his enemy sort of thing. Oh, there was a few. But it would be Stone Cold.
Yeah.
So I would have those two. Stone
That's
Cold.
nice,
if I was going for like, because when you asked the question, I was thinking of like entertainment wise, I would have like Rey Mysterio if it's just entertainment.
Oh, yeah.
Because he's a high flyer and Edge. Oh, Edge or Chris Jericho. I think they can move pretty well.
Shit, that's a good team up.
But that's for entertainment. But in terms of greats and I guess the draw card, I would Ultimate Warrior, Hulk Hogan, and then Stone Cold and
Man, you know when you said who was that? I just thought of the Rocketeers when you said Rey Mysterio.
The Rocketeers.
Man, I just thought of Shawn Michaels was a part of that team, wasn't he? The Rocketeers.
Is it?
I'm not
I
sure.
can't remember if
The
I.
Rocketeers.
There's
I forgot his partner's name.
Yeah.
Shawn Michaels was part of the Rocketeers.
Man, there's flips they used to do back in the day, but now they do them like easy.
Yeah.
It's like shit.
Yeah, the new era guys.
They just flip all over the place.
But the way Rey Mysterio moves,
Bro, he's the man.
I mean, even the other guys like The Rock and them were like, because they're so big.
Yeah.
You know, they move so well for how big they're. Like they're massive human beings, and they're still so athletic. And yeah, the way they move is amazing.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Nice.
What about you, Let?
Oh man, so when I answered that question to get into the forum, and then I thought about it, man, Moen was pretty much a no-brainer in terms of who I'd pick. But it was, two of them are same as yours, but Moen would be a tag team, would be Yokozuna and The Rock.
Oh,
versus,
yeah.
As tag team partners versus Bret Hart and Stone Cold.
Woo!
And that would be at Caesar's Palace.
Oh,
yeah, bro. It would be at Caesar's Palace outdoor, bro.
Outdoor, all right, yeah, outdoor.
I just thought to myself when I remembered WrestleMania 9 when Gonzalez and the Undertaker go at it.
Yeah,
shit, bro. That would be epic, man. Because I just remember like the crowd was different, eh? The crowd was different, bro. And I remember like watching it, and I just always hear the Undertaker's music playing over that crowd.
Yeah,
it was like right next to the beach. It was like, damn, that'd be cool, man.
Hard on, bro.
But yeah, and it'll probably be like a SummerSlam, mate, not a WrestleMania. It'll be like a SummerSlam. But that would be a mean fight because Yoki was the man in that one where he fights. I think it's Bret Hart for the title.
Yeah,
but he loses. But eventually that year at WrestleMania 10, he becomes the champ. But that was my and the reason why I brought it up because I went to the video shop, the old video shop in Lanark, the old United video.
Yeah,
and I took I used the ATM. And I was telling Kira, this used to be a DVD store, man. And then I thought to myself,
isn't it closed now or no?
It's storage.
Yeah, I just saw it the other day.
Storage for the dairy next door.
So like, man, memory lane now.
I took my mum just to get her lotto recently, and then I saw it was closed as we were driving away.
Oh, gee.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the home
so
games
wasn't
for
pushing for time.
That's a good question.
Yeah, man, we'll get into our last words, eh?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'll stop. Just to be good, it's real cool to be back on the Empty Out the Clip again. I think this is my second episode in a row. Good to see you again too, Yush, and hopefully Kevin's having a good time over in Samoa, and hope everyone's having a good school holiday so far. But I think my daughter's sick of me already, so I might go drop her off at her mum's. But yeah, everyone have a safe school holiday and all. Thank you.
Yeah, Nice. I guess what's been happening is what I've seen recently, I guess from watching Welcome to Wrexham, you got to build your team. So I guess that's for life as well. So you got to sort of hand select who's going to be on your team of life. So you pick the right people who you hang out with, who you talk to, and all that sort of stuff. I got to do it to myself as well. It's like sort of like a good question for myself to reflect on. And then what was the other one? Oh yeah, like if you're like me, like if you have like a lot of ideas, you don't really finish things that much. Get someone who can help you finish. You know, like my wife's a good finisher. She's got like processes and systems and stuff like that. She can help me, she help me finish it off just with in terms of like some of the artwork and that. So yeah, whatever way you are, whether you're a process person, you get someone who's got like vision, or sort of get the opposite. Yeah. Get people who have the skills that you don't have, basically, because that's what I sort of experienced this week. But yeah, I guess those would be my parting words. And have a good trip, Cam's well deserved after all the hard work you put into the network and helping us out as well. yeah, enjoy the trip, man. Relax and safe travels and you enjoy your time. But yeah, thanks, Let's, for taking tonight, and Eric. It's been good catching up, and really enjoyed the session.
Super. Just before we clock off, just wanted to let everyone know, if you want to support the WesWes Network, jump on to the WesWesNetwork.com and flick us a little bit of a kind donation, man. Something as little as a coffee a week for the day. But my closing words is something similar to Yush, man. If you're doing stuff and you feel like you're starting to hit that mental block, refresh, man. Get up and walk around, have a new conversation, and come back and revisit it. It's always good to start something and finish it off. My fence is still not finished, but I'll probably get it done. It's just that little batten I got to fit in. But sometimes some people that little batten is like the whole fence, but others, like that little batten is nothing, compared to what you put down. Also wanted to just acknowledge all the parents holding it down with the kids at home. It can be a real big busy time, but man, take your kids for a walk at the park, man. It's easy. It costs nothing. It might cost you a few little stitches and a few little pit stops to have a rest to get your breath back, but man, the kids will thank you for it later. But before we actually log off, do we have a winner for this game coming up tonight? Is there a winner for this game, and are we gonna call it?
I think I'm going the Broncos. I think the Panthers are sort of the favorites, but I don't know. I've got a lot of family and stuff. I guess it sort of goes with that. I'd like to see the Penrith win 3 out of 3 because I like all the Island boys there. Yeah. And I like how they they talk a bit of smack and stuff like that. But I guess my heart's more with the Broncos for this one because I used to support them more back in the days, So yeah, Broncos for me.
What do you reckon? You can call it,
man, because I haven't been watching rugby league, to be honest. But if history repeats, and we've seen the Panthers in that, so yeah,
the three-peat.
Yeah, three-peat it might be.
What do you got?
All I want to say is, if Penrith win, I'll be hairless after next week. So if Spencer O'Neill comes off and does a block burn running a Yafeta Palestina winning try, bro, I'll be happy, man. But nah.
All right. Yeah.
Nah, I think Penrith could do it. Penrith probably will do it. And Spencer O'Neill will probably get man of the match.
Oosh. That's a call. That's a call right there. We didn't get it wrong here, man. We didn't get it wrong. So yeah. Listen back next week and you'll hear it.
Sweet fellas, man. Thanks for jumping on tonight for Empty Out the Clip. Shout out to all our listeners and to everyone on the WesWes Network. Shout out to the CFO who's, I don't know who approved as lead, to be honest, but yeah, hope he's having a good time in Samoa. And that's a wrap from us, man. You know what it is. Let's get the park out of here.
Sweet. Later, boys.
Peace.